back. If you've just joined us, it's still Daybreak Africa reaching you from our studios in Ondo City. Right here on the program with us is the organizer of the Ondo Development and Economic Summit, in the person of Mr. Femi Akinkuebi. Glad to have you on the program, sir.
Glad to have you on the program, sir.
Thank you, Damilola and Angela, for having me.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. On this upcoming summit, we believe that it's going to be a very good, mind-blowing one. Indeed. But to start with, what inspired this summit? Okay,
let me first of all give thanks to God for allowing this day to come. And I would like to appreciate two sets of people and groups. First, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ondo State, SAN, Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, for this initiative of putting something like this together for Ondo State. And the second person I would like to thank is the Oshema Win of Ondo Kingdom, being the first kingdom in Ondo State to be the pioneer of Ondo Development and Economic Summit, because it's actually a state thing that we are going to be moving around the entire state, but we are starting first with Ondo Kingdom. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. This is so wonderful.
We're made to understand that so many people from various walks of life will be present. So what are the possible results that are expected?
Now, if you're talking about Ondo Development Economy Summit, the idea behind this summit is to project Ondo State, and in particular Ondo Kingdom, to the world. Is to showcase what we have in Ondo Kingdom, is to tell the world who we are, what we are, our economic potentials. And that's exactly what we are going to be projecting during this two-day summit. Okay. It's not just a fun fair thing, it's to open the world to the untapped economic potential of this state and of this kingdom. That's what Ondo Development Economy Summit is all about.
Okay, so in regards to what you've just said,
yes,
what then are the areas to look forward to in making Ondo the major hub of the development?
Thank you. If you look at demography of Ondo State, and when I'm talking about Ondo State, I would like to streamline it and bring it up to Ondo Kingdom. I was sent a data today, and the data show that we have 325 youths in this kingdom. 325,000. 325,000. And among them, only 15% of them are engaged. When I saw that data today, I was like, wow, we still have a lot to do. Now, so what are we talking about for Ondo Development Economy Summit? Is how are we going to engage all these people, this group of people, this set of people that if we are not careful, there may be a potential time bomb in future. Okay, let's look at what is happening in up north. What do you think is really happening up there? It's not a thing of today, right? It's a situation that has been on, and we pay no attention to it. I like to use this adage in Yoruba. It's when you don't have something to do, then somebody will engage you with 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira, 5,000 naira to come out to go and commit.
So it's just an idle hand is a
exactly. So what we are saying is that what are we going to do about these 325,000 youth of Ondo Kingdom? I'm talking about Ondo Kingdom, not just Ondo State. Like I said, this program is going to move around Ondo State, but now we are starting in Ondo Kingdom. That's East and West. So for us, Ondo Development Economy Summit is to create that environment that will make businesses opportunity open up in Ondo. So we're looking at 4 key areas.
Okay.
1, we're looking at industrial hub in Ondo Kingdom. industrial hub that will be able to anchor, let's say, 120 cottage industries. That's one. Two, we're looking at ICT hub. Now, the latest, or let me call it the hot cake when it comes to technology now, is in IT. Soft skill. So we are opening up what we call ICT hub. That's two. Three, we're looking at modernizing our agriculture.
Okay, what's that?
Mechanizing agriculture. Right? See, I grown up in Ondo, and I grew up, knew my father being a farmer. We've been planting cocoa, cassava for years. But none of these crops that we process, we produce and we sell raw. What stops us in Ondo converting our cocoa to chocolate? What stops us from converting our cassava to flour, to starch? What stops us from converting our cassava to ethanol? So what we are saying is that all this raw material that we generate in all our farmlands around Ondo Kingdom, can we add more value? So that's what we are going to do in terms of agriculture. Then the last one is entrepreneurship. Yes, it's not everybody that we want to do white collar job. It's not everybody that wants to be collecting salary.
Definitely.
It's not everybody that wants to be riding Okada. It's not everybody that wants to do buy and selling. But some want to start one business, small business. Some want to do one thing or the other based on their own gift and talent. So we are setting up what we call entrepreneurship and entertainment institute, right, within Ondo Kingdom, whereby we train our young people based on where the channel their talent is taking them to. Okay, we look at your temperament, we check you, now we say, okay, maybe you'll be a good marketer. Then we have a small business school within Ondo Kingdom that we train such people. I'm not talking about having 4 years BS. I'm talking about training of 3 to 6 months and you are good to go. So those are the 4 key areas that we're concentrating on.
Wow.
Well, what
Thank
are
you so
some
much
of the challenges that you've faced through the processing or planning of this
summit.
forthcoming summit?
Well, should I call it challenge? I would rather call it opportunity. If you tell me what are the opportunities that I seen along the way of planning this, what I seen is 325,000 untapped resources, 325,000 workers that are ready to work if they see opportunity. So I see 325,000 raw material that need to be processed. So I do not see problem, I do not see challenge. I rather see opportunity. So what that tells me is that, okay, if I bring a factory that want to employ 5,000 workers, skill or don't skill. So now I'm proud to tell them, yes, we have 325 able youth who are ready to work. So I do not see challenge that we have cocoa that we are not processing. I rather say, and I see opportunity, because thank God that we don't have a company that is processing that already. In some country, you have Chinese penetrating there, taking over their farmland, taking over everything. We've not experienced that in Nigeria. So now it's not a challenge for me, it's opportunity. So we are telling ourselves, we are telling our people, before the outsiders come and take over what is ours, then let's wake up and do the needful.
Okay, you mentioned something. You said able youths who are ready to work.
Yes.
Now, from that word able youths who are ready to work, looking at how Nigeria is and how our youths are right now, how would you encourage a lot of them to attend this summit? Because a lot will just feel, a lot listening to this will just feel like, so
It's
one of those things.
When I go there now, they will start using putting legs and everything. If you don't know someone, you won't be able to enter and all that. So how would you encourage them and let them know this is
and also
original?
how do you envision the indigenous people of Ondo?
Thank you. Let me borrow this word from Mr. President. He said, I'm for nobody. And which other part again, when we were sworn in 2015 then. See, this program has nothing to do with who you know, who you are. It has nothing to do with that.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with political party. It has nothing to do with my signature or one elder in the kingdom signature. It has nothing to do with that. All it has to do with is your availability and your readiness to take this opportunity that is coming to your doorstep. So if you have a factory that is setting up, for example, let's say biodegradable plant that is going to employ 500 people, those companies don't care where you are from, as long as you have what it takes to work with them. So you don't need signation of Dr. Femi Akinkuebi or signation of Oshemawe to get employed. What you need is your readiness, your willingness. Yes, maybe you need a bit of skill, and most of these companies are ready to train you. So the issue of who know who's here doesn't work. Yes.
Well, okay, then, so this question, how do you intend to keep this ongoing?
Now, one good thing about this program is, I call it 3 arms, right? We have government playing its role. We have community. Community, and I'm talking about the elders of the land, the Oshemawe, the elders playing their own role. Then we have private people, individual, coming in as the big player. Now, when it runs like that, what you will have will be the normal business setting. And when you run a business like that, that have government backing, that have community backing, and that have private people, individual running it, what it means is that, okay, if this administration leave office tomorrow, private, individual, community still remains. So it's not yearly thing, it's not term thing. So for example, if you set up your factory, you don't expect your factory to fold up in next 4 or 5 years. You want your factory to keep running. Your factory is not political party. Your factory is not a commissioner post or political post. So that is why I said government comes, government goes, but this business remains.
Yes. You made mention of mainly the youths in participation in this particular summit coming up. But is it just the youth that are going to be affected, or the other members of the
community? Maybe those that
no. Now, when I'm talking about the youth, I'm just using them as a center point. Okay, let's look at direct job. We are targeting, our projection is 5 years. 2022 to 2027, right? We are targeting to create 50,000 jobs. Now, direct job, yes, may affect youth in a way. But what are you saying about indirect job? Who are those farmers? Who are the ones that will provide the raw material needed for all this factory? Not only the youth. So this program is going to cover everybody. Now, I'm talking about direct. What are we saying about the indirect job? Okay, let's assume that the factory is like 1 kilometer away from city. Okada driver will take people there. Taxi driver will move people there. Maruwa will move people there. People in that environment will provide accommodation. So the development is so wide. I mean, it's not just about the youth. But what we are saying is that we just want the youth to be the champion of this program. Let them push it because they have the energy. They have all it takes now to push it.
Wow.
What are the resources and provision put in place to ensure that this summit is actually successful? Because it has not come to play yet, and so we do not know what might happen in the nearest future.
Exactly what you are doing in KAFTAN now is one of the things that we need. Awareness, publicity. Let people know, home and abroad. Let's inform our people in America, in US, in UK, everywhere, that something like this is happening in their time. In their town, and they need to be part of it, right? If you build a house, let's say 5-bedroom duplex, buy plus or minus will cost you, let's say 50 million. You build that house, you tie down your fund. That house is not employing anybody. But if you use your 50 million naira to set up a mini cottage plastic industry, you will employ nothing less than 20 people, meaning that 20 family will be living on you. You make money, they are happy, community is developing. That's the idea behind this. See, this program is just like a bridge to bring those on the left side to partner with those on the right side. That's exactly what we are doing. So you have the resources, you have the money, and we are telling you now. For example, last week I was sharing with some group, we have 60 production lines, 60 industry, that if you venture in today, from tomorrow you start making your money. You are not looking for market. The market is there. All you need to do is set up the factory, plug and play, and you start making your money. So when people know that, okay, instead of me tying down 50 million naira in one estate or in one building somewhere, what if I use this 50 million naira to set up a factory that we employ 20 of our people in Ondo? Instead of you sending your $50, $100 home, your 50 million we employ 20 people. That 20 people will, one way or the other, affect nothing less than 5% each. So 20 times 5, we're talking about 100 people. Just one factory. So multiply, if we have 200 of such factory in Ondo Kingdom, the multiply effect is enormous.
Okay, for those in anticipation, how close is this program?
Now, for Ondo Development and Economy Summit is coming up in September, first day and second day of September. The first day of the program is going to be in twofold. First day, we are going to have what we call trade fair, right? Those producers, business people that want to sell, they have some product they want to showcase. That will be happening live at Civic Center, morning till like 2. Then when it is afternoon time, we entered into proper summit, whereby we'll be having speaker that will be opening our eyes. I was discussing with some group today, and again I said that, do you know that this kingdom alone is sitting on 1 trillion naira? Not billion, not million, 1 trillion. So we have some guys that will be talking to us for us to see the opportunity that is available, opportunity that surround us that we don't see. Our plantation that we think this is just ordinary plantation, our wood that we are cutting anyhow, our leaves, our cocoa, our plantain, our maize that we're just wasting. By the time we begin to add value into all this, so we have someone that will be talking to us regarding all this, to show, to open our eyes to those opportunities. And on second day, we'll be having powerful dignitaries from across the world, government, private sector, individual who has done well in their business world in Ondo, outside Ondo, even outside Nigeria. They will be talking to us and opening our eyes to such opportunity. Then we'll be having a panel sitting together to discuss these 4 key sectors that we're talking about fully. That's on second day. And immediately after the summit, we are moving to action immediately. The industrial park is coming up. The ICT hub is coming up. 6th zone of that mechanized farming is coming up. And entrepreneurship and entertainment institute is coming up too.
And you say it will span for 5 good years.
It's not 5 years. Our first projection is 5 years projection as we're looking at. See, if you set up a factory, right? If you put a proper system in place. I've seen a factory in the US outside Nigeria that live above 100 years. So when we're talking about business, business is an entity on its own. It's a life on its own. So you don't say your business will live 5 years and die. No. I know businesses. Let me use one example. When I was in secondary school, I've been using Onward big notes. See, there we say half Onward. You know that. So the owner of Onward, the Bagman, is not alive today, but the business is still living. So those are the kind of things we're talking about. The projection to be able to cover 50,000 jobs in 5 years. Not that the business will collapse after 5 years.
Okay, that's the projection. The projection is 5 years.
Yes.
While the business itself will keep growing.
Exactly.
That's an encouragement for the youth out there, too.
Yeah. So, sir, you made mention of opportunities earlier. You don't see challenges. Instead, you see opportunities.
Yes.
But you will not deny the fact that definitely in such plannings, there must be one challenge or the other.
Okay.
So is there any kind of challenge you foresee, especially in the part of implementation of these plans?
I will still insist. I don't see problem. I see opportunity. And because for me, every problem is a potential opportunity.
Okay.
Name it.
Does that mean that you are giving them this encouragement that there is nothing like them the youths waking up one day and feel like, oh, the environment I am is not boosting my business, so let me just divert from this and go to another place, or decide to choose something else or leave the business?
Well, it depends on what they are doing. I won't stop anybody from moving. The way God designed this life is we have diverse of opportunity around us. So you may decide to move to section B when I decide to move to section, then I won't stop anybody. But what we are trying to do is to create that opportunity in this kingdom for everybody who is willing to tap into it.
Okay.
And that's exactly what we're doing. So if we're talking about challenges or if we're talking about opportunity, right? For example, I was discussing with media team today, and I said, see, in Ondo Kingdom, we have, based on the data that is available to me, over 500 businesses. And I said, among all these 500 businesses, we should be able to project nothing less than 200 of them. So if they are here and if they are listening to me, you have business in Ondo that you want us to project that day, you better reach out to us on time before it's too late.
Okay. So does that mean that these businesses will just be rooted in Ondo Kingdom,
town,
not outside Ondo?
For the one we are setting up in the industrial park, the ICT hub, they will be here. But for example, you have your business outside and you want Ondo people to be aware of your business. And not just Ondo people, that program is going on live. I'm aware that KAFTAN is going to capture it live. So, for example, if you project your business or your program on that day, what it means that you've been watched around the world. So apart from those that are setting up their business within Ondo Kingdom, you have your business outside Ondo or in Ondo and you want the world to know about the business. The best time to get in touch to us is now.
Wow.
Yes.
So how will you advise youths out there, especially encouraging them to take part in this summit?
Yeah, that's where the real opportunity, not problem again, is. Right? How do we get our youth on board? How do we get them to see that this is for them? Information is key. Information is power. And I believe with the help of KAFTAN and other media houses, we will reach out to them. If they are aware, if they know what is in need for them, I think they will jump in. So now our job is to let them know. Our job is to reach out to them in any way we can, in any forum. That's our job, to let them know.
Okay, for the last time, I just wanted to encourage them that this is ideal for them, because there are lots of them that would listen to this and wouldn't want to be encouraged and feel no. Just encourage them to be aware of it and be present for the summit, and then let them know what is ahead of them.
There's this adage, Ishelo Gunshe, right?
Yes.
If you think you can make it chap way or the other side, it doesn't last, right? I know this generation Z that is out there now really want to make it quick, make it fast. They want to blow on time, but if they blow wrong way, they'll blow out. So my encouragement is for them to have something doing. Whatsoever you lay your hands upon, right, if you are too sure of yourself, it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. So my encouragement to youth is get something doing. If you don't have anything, key into this opportunity. It's actually meant for you.
Thank
you
you
so much,
for
sir.
joining us on the program.
It was a wonderful time with you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You will agree with me that this is a very interesting initiative, and just like he has said, it is mainly going to affect the youth in general. So you are advised as youths to come out and participate in this summit, as it will help you also not to grow yourself but also to add to the growth of the nation. We'll be handing over right now to our Lagos station, who will be having more packages for you. Till we meet again next time with more interesting topics, I remain Angela Daku.
And I am Damilola Ajao.
Bye for now.
Bye.